Good morning, students. I hope you all are very well. So, today let's start with history chapter number 5, and the name of this chapter is Rulers and Building. Students, we will cover this chapter in two parts. So, for now, let's begin with part 1. Okay, what let's talk about the introduction. We know that our Indian art and architecture, the story and things related to the art and architecture of India or previous ancient period. It is very long and is more than 5000 years ago. Okay, what does this archaeological things include? It has, or this heritage have, temples, mosques, gurudwara, forts, palaces, tombs, canals, tanks, wells, etc. Okay, and if we talk about the Trapbeat architect style of architecture, it is the style of architecture in which there is a horizontal beam which is being placed or which is being put over the two vertical columns. Means there are two vertical columns, they having some distance or gap between them, and to cover that gap there is a horizontal beam being put up on the top of these two vertical columns. In the ar- arcuate style of architecture, arcs matlab quadrant, they were being utilized or they were being used. And if you want to divide architectural heritage into parts, then architecture heritage of our India can be divided into two parts. First is scared monuments, means it is been related to or it is been dedicated to some or other religion. For example, temple, mosque, gurudwaras, etc. And secular monuments, what is this? Means this is not related to any particular religion. They are open for all or they belong to all. For example, fort, palace, haveli, the gateways, the towers being built, etc. Okay, let's move forward. Importance of monuments means how these monuments or how the various monuments of been made in the past, they are important for the source material of history. How means how why they are important. These monuments tell us about the engineering skills and the building technique of a particular period. Means if there is any monument related to any particular period, then it will uh, tell us that how the unique architecture, engineering skill, and building skills unique were there, or these how these techniques like engineering and building making techniques were unique for that time period or for that particular time period. They show different style of architecture. Means different architecture building shows different style of architecture. If we talk about the North Indian temples, they displays the Nagara style, and if we go to south, then the south temples will display the Dravidian style of architecture. Means temples means there is temple, and if we go to north, then we find Nagara style, and if we go to south, we will find Dravidian style. There is also one Islamic style which has some special features like domes, minars, etc. The palaces and Haveli highlight the splendor and lavish lifestyle of the royal family and the nobility. The palaces where the king and his family live, they shows or they throw the light or they highlight the lavish or the kind of lifestyle being lived by the people who living there, or the lifestyle or how the king and their people were living. The palaces and haveli shows that the forts with the high walls and gateways reveal the strategy of defense against enemy. And if there are any fort with high boundary wall and very high gateways, it shows that how the resident having the strong strategy to defend themselves against any enemy war. Fourth, the temples during the Middle Ages have vast treasure and gold jewels. Means the Middle Ages temple or the medieval period temples, they were having huge amount of deposit of gold and other important jewels. Mahmud of Ghazni, he came and destroyed though many temples during that period, and he also defeated many Hindu kings. Okay, let's move forward. Here you can see the Dravidian style of temple, which is Tanjore temple, and it is situated in south of India. Here you can see on the left corner the Dravidian style of architecture. It is the main area where the statue of God is being there. And what is the most important thing you see? The South Indian temples are situated or been made in a large area or in a big area or big surroundings. Okay, let's move forward. Architecture between 800 to 1200 AD, where there was Rajput period. Means during the Rajput rule, there was architecture and sculptures. It reached to a very high level of excellence. Means architecture during Rajput period was very good. There was a Kailash temple at Ellora, which was built in the second half of the 8th century, and it was built by Rashtrakuta king, which marked the beginning or which started the temple architecture. This shrine was built out of single rock. Means this whole temple was built out of a single rock. Means there was a big rock and it was cut into pieces and shaped like that. From only one rock the whole temple was being made. The temple that followed later were structured temple. Means after this, there were when new temples were made, they were structured temple. Means they were built with the help of bricks and mortar. Okay, the what was the importance of Kailash temple, or what does that temple contains? It contains four parts: the main shrine and the gateway, which was known as Gopurams. Third, the Nandi shrine between the two huge towers, and fourth was the big assembly hall where people used to gather. Okay, the hill at Ellora contains a number of rock cut caves also, and if we go to Ellora, then we will find that on the hill of Ellora there are many caves which are been cut from the rocks. Means there are rock cut caves can be found on hill of Ellora. There, the famous Elephanta caves near Mumbai. It contains remarkable image of deities. Means there is a fame. You all know the Elephanta cave, which is near to Mumbai, is very famous and it contains many remarkable or very popular images. Okay, let's move forward. Tem- let's go to east. Temple of Odisha, Lingaraja Temple of Bhubaneswar. It was built by or it was constructed by the rulers of Ganga dynasty in 1100 AD. And if we talk about the interior of this temple, it is very plain or very normal, but the outer walls or the walls at the outside of the temple, they are richly carved or nicely been made and painted. Mukteshwara Temple, Bhubaneswar. It was built in 10th century AD, also by the Ganga dynasty ruler only. It was arch gateway. Means it was having a quadrant gateway which was decorated with the help of beautiful paintings and sculptures. And these paintings on Mukteshwar Temple, Bhubaneswar, it shows the life of Lord Krishna or various stages of life of Lord Krishna. The third is the Sun Temple of Konark. It was built by the Narsimha Deva I, who belongs to the Eastern Ganga dynasty. It is dedicated to God Sun or Surya. Means this Sun Temple is dedicated to God Surya and was built by Narsimha Deva I, who belongs to Eastern Ganga dynasty. The whole structure is fashioned like, or the whole structure is being made like a rath or the cart, which is pulled or which is drawn by the seven horses. This temple is also known as Black Pagoda. Means the Sun Temple is also known as the Black Pagoda. Now let's come again back to the west, the temples of Gujarat and Rajasthan. Here there are many temples of Jain religion. The Gujarat temple was constructed or made by the Solanki kings of 11th and 12th century AD. The Dilwara temple, which is situated in Mount Tabu in Rajasthan, it belongs to Jain religion, and it was also built during 11th to 13th century AD. And it was carved by, or it was made by, with the help of the white marbles. These temples have dedicated carvings in the interior, while exterior is simple and plain. And if we go inside the temple, then we will find some good carving or good architecture or good painting inside the temple. And if we go to exterior of this temple, these exterior of these temples are very plain and very simple. Let's move forward. Bundelkhand style of temples. These were built by Chandela rulers, means Bundelkhand style of temples. It was built by the Chandela rulers between 10th to 11th century, which is situated in Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh. Among them or from them, there is most famous temple, means all temples are famous, but most famous temples out of these were Kandariya Mahadev temple, which is built in 1050 AD, and it was having, or it is having, 84 small towers or 84 decorated small towers which surround the main tower. Means there is a main tower in between of the god, and there are 84 other small towers which surrounds the main tower. Okay, each inch of wall is covered with heritage converted into hotel. Okay, many Rajput palaces have chitrashala and or painting galleries, and if you go to Rajput palaces, we can see that it is having many chitrashala or the painting exhibition area. Here at the bottom you can see Bundelkhand style of temple or the palace. Okay, let's move forward. Architecture style under the Sultanate of Delhi, means from before the Mughal period. Quwat ul Islam Mosque. It means the might of Islam or from the Lord of Islam. This mosque was built by Qutbuddin Aibak at Delhi. Means it was built by Qutbuddin Aibak, who was the ruler of Delhi at that time, and it was dedicated to, or it was made in the respect of Sufi son named Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki. Okay. Second is Alai Darwaza. It is one of the four gateways, or it is one of the four gate to the Kuwait ul Islam Mosque, and it was built by Alauddin. Means Alai Darwaza is at Kuwait ul Islam Mosque, and it is one of the four gateways and was built by Alauddin. Tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. The architecture style of Tughlaq was very simple. Means the style of making of buildings of Tughlaq was very simple, but yet simple, but it was more massive or more big. This tomb has sloping walls. This tomb has very sloping walls, and it was built on a raised platform. Means from there was a raised platform where it was built. It has marble dome, and the dome of that mosque or the tomb was made up of marble. Tughlaq structure was also found in Firozshah Kotla. I mean, there is a place named Firozshah Kotla in Delhi where Tughlaq structure or style of architecture is also found. They use grey stones in their structure. Means Tughlaq style of architecture, have they use grey stones while making their structures. The Lodhi building. The buildings of the Lodhis are impressively elegant. Means the buildings of Lodhis, they are impressively very good to see. Their buildings were often in the middle of the garden. Means the Lodi style of architecture is like that. There is a garden in a particular area, and the Lodi building was situated in the middle of this garden. The Lodi garden in the Delhi is the fine example of Lodi art and architecture. Means the if you visit Delhi, then there is a Lodi garden where you can see the Lodi art and architecture style. Okay, so Qutub Minar, so it was made by Qutubuddin Aibak. Pictures of tomb of Gyasuddin Tughlaq, Alai Darwaja, Kuwaitul Islam Mosque. Okay, so students, here comes the end of part 1. We will continue to study part 2 in the next video. Okay, till then, take care and listen to this video and read the chapter very carefully, so that you will not have any kind of confusion in remembering this chapter. Okay, thank you.